皆さんはアメリカの黒人の人たちが政治についてどんな考え方を持っていると思いますか？実はアメリカの黒人の約9割は民主党という政党を支持していると言われています。これは弱者保護を重視する民主党のリベラルな政治が黒人に支持されてきたのが大きな理由です。特に1960年代に民主党が生活保護を充実させる法律を制定したことにより、黒人は民主党の支持基盤として確立し、それ以来一貫して民主党を支持してきました。その結果、民主党が選挙で勝つためには黒人の支持を得ることが大前提となっており、もし黒人の 20% 以上が民主党への投票をやめると、民主党が選挙で勝つのは不可能だと言われています。しかし最近は黒人の投票者も一枚岩ではなくなり、トランプ元大統領を支持するなど民主党離れが進んでいると言われています。他方においてトランプを支持すると表明した黒人に対しては、他の黒人から強い批判が向けられることが多く、簡単には政治的立場を変えられないとも言われています。政治的にはトランプ大統領のような立場を保守派と呼びますが、黒人にとってリベラルから保守派へ転向することは軽々しく決断できることではありません。今から流す映像は2019年に放送されたものですが、岐路に立つ黒人社会の様子をよく表したものだと思います。
When you think of Donald Trump, what is the first thing that comes to mind? And Rob, why don't we start with you?
Strong. Make America great.
Oh, me.
Can we
we'll
come back to me?
We'll come down.
Can we come back to me?
Oh, his ancestors' wildest dreams.
Very scary. Trash. Man.
Anti-black.
Necessary.
I just think unicorn in the sense of just causing so much discussion.
What is your perception of black conservatives?
Believing in Trump's rhetoric, just morally, I don't understand. Because morally, just him as a person, as an entity, is just super corrupt, and his ideologies, I don't understand how anyone can be about it, but especially a black person, just as an identity as a black person, I don't understand it.
For those of us who identify as conservative, right? I want to hear about your treatment within the black community, being an outspoken black conservative, and then I want to hear about the perceptions that you think people have of you. Whoever wants to start.
Well, I'll start with myself.
Go for it.
Because, so look, you're going to hear, and I'm going to let Bevelyn speak to the black perspective, but I'm going to speak from the gay perspective.
Sure.
All right? Because I came out as a black gay conservative about 6 months ago. I have been treated horribly by other gay people. The only friends that have dumped me, or quote-unquote friends that have dumped me for being conservative Republican, have been the gay ones. The people who give me the most grief on social media have been the gay ones. The people that call me the nastiest, all kinds of oh, house nigga, Uncle Tom, all this stuff. These have been gay people, or the people from the quote-unquote tolerant and inclusive LGBTQ community.
For me, it started with my high school friends. Everybody was unfriending me on Facebook because, I was talking about the Trump election and I went to the inauguration and all of that. So and then it trickled down to my family. Aunts won't speak to me even now. I got aunts that don't talk to me because I want to be white. So it's I get this stigma all the time.
Wow.
Oh, you want to be white and you done moved to New York City and now you think you up there with the big city folk and you want to be white.
I saw true hate coming from the left, and it was white people calling me Uncle Tom. Pretty much, white people telling me I'm not black enough, which is racist.
No, it's their girl.
And when you call them out on it and you say they're racist, they're no, I'm not. Then you think about it, well, yeah, I am kind of being racist. Yeah. That's how racist the left still is. Yeah. And then I had family members, she said, my aunts that don't talk to me anymore. I have high school friends, students of childhood that don't talk to me, unfriended me, and a lot of white friends as well. Now I'm not talking about just black friends, but I'm talking about people on the left in general who just have that hate in their heart, in my opinion.
Who here voted for Barack Obama? Damn near everybody.
Well, no, twice.
Campaign for him in 08.
Both terms.
So did I.
He had a great campaign, I just didn't vote for him.
A semi-personal question, did anyone vote for him just because he was black?
Not just, but that was a big reason I voted for him.
See, I'll admit, it's really funny because I'm a conservative, and I will admit that I voted for Barack Obama in 2008 purely because he was black.
Yes.
I'll admit that.
And I did too.
You know, I'll admit it. And the reason why I voted for him is because I was so open to and so available to be used by all of the systems that made that person president, right? And for all of the systems that were promoted to me, this idea that just because he is biracial, African-American, whatever you want to call it, that he is going to somehow have my best interests at heart, that he somehow comes from the same experience that I did.
No
Barack
idea.
Obama did not come from the same experience as me. Let me tell you something. I grew up black and poor in Akron, Ohio. Okay? This person was born and raised in wealth and privilege his entire life. And the idea that this person was somehow more connected to me because we share the same skin color is crazy.
Yep.
But I bought it, and it was sold to me. I bought it.
So you voted for Donald Trump.
Yes.
Would you mind telling us why he won your vote in 2016?
I mean, I'm a businesswoman. I have my own financial consulting company, and seeing what he's been doing to where my taxes are not that high, and I'm not paying for what I came from, aka living off of food stamps, and I got family on food stamps that continue to live off of it. These people that are continuously living on welfare, we're paying for it. So the more you're giving them in food stamps, the more you're allowing them to extend their lifestyle in the projects, the more money is coming out of my pocket as a taxpayer, and then now it's hindering my business. Well, now I'm not paying that much taxes, I got more money. So now if I need to say to homie, yo, listen, I got 5 racks, I'm about to invest this into you so we can start working on your business, and if we're gonna let the money circulate, and once it circulates, you can go out on your own. If taxes is taking that money, how can I take that 5 racks and give it to him?
That's part of my problem with Donald Trump is he's literally making the rich richer, and what happens with that? The poor have to get poorer.
Raise your hand if you agree with the statement that I'm about to make. The welfare system destroyed the black family.
Absolutely.
Yes, yes, yes.
Absolutely.
Right. So for the people who did not raise their hands, please tell me why you disagree with that assertion. You do not agree with that assertion.
That's a hard question because it didn't help or hurt. It's the same.
It's the same. Right.
It's the same thing because I believe at one point, you couldn't get welfare if you had a man in the house or something like that. It's just. And
I think the other issue is nobody's actually talking about how that system, those systems, affirmative action benefited more white women than it did anybody else.
Nobody talks about affirmative action.
Okay,
why do they bring up things that don't got nothing to do with it?
That's considered under the umbrella of social welfare. Let him finish.
I'm literally about to make a correlation, but
please.
What I was going to say is that a lot of these systems that literally have been stereotyped to look like it's black people who benefit the most from them is actually white people who benefit the most from them.
So that's what I
was going to. So when I brought up affirmative action, I was bringing it up as a correlation. Affirmative action is always sold publicly it's benefited more black people when it actually has benefited more white women. Welfare is a system that there are more white people in this country on welfare than black people. More white people have benefited from welfare than black people.
So there's more
white people in the country.
So what are the policies that you have seen put forth either by conservative politicians or by our current president that you agree with, that you feel are benefiting the black community?
Just for example, you look at Trump when he did what he's doing with the tariffs for the trades. And he's done that. Now he's bringing jobs back into the country. When you get jobs back into the country, black unemployment is at the lowest it's been in American history. Black unemployment's at right now. So that benefits not just me, but any person that's black. How's that not benefit? Trump has everything. A lot of things Trump's done when it comes to jobs, the economy, when it comes to the stock market. I'm investing for the first time in my entire life and making a lot of money, by the way. Thank you, Donald Trump, for that. So, and I'm a black man, is there an invisible wall there's a wall that says, oh, you're black, you can't invest? No, I go right through that wall and I invest. That's what blacks can do. We need to stop playing victim and start being victor.
Yes.
And can we also talk about the tax bill? Because you talk about
tell me about that.
So my biggest issue was with that tax bill. I think recently one of the bigger companies got $10 million in tax benefits and they're going to donate it. But that money belongs to you. That money should be for you and all of us and all our family. It doesn't belong to the 1%, 10% of America.
When we talk about black people and the 1%ers and the rich and all that stuff, why do we always assume that black people are broke?
No.
And let me finish before you jump in there. Why are we always, we're always operating under the assumption that all black people are broke, that there are no black people in the 1% of this country, that there are no black people that are CEOs, that there are no black people that are business owners, that there are no black people that head and run the corporations that benefit from these tax breaks.
Like, why even use black girl magic for black
talking
people?
about black people from the prism of brokenness and oppression, as if the black 1%ers don't exist.
Again, like that's
deeply entrenched wealth doesn't exist in black culture.
But we can talk about the exception and the rule, right? Because what you're speaking of is the exception of blacks.
And we need to start actually having like real conversations about reparations, right? And like what reparations actually look like.
Not reparations that way, right? Not reparations.
You guys are okay with Jewish people receiving reparations right now in this time, but you're like, oh no.
There's not enough time in the day for us to have the reparations conversation.
People have websites where they've actually created models and thinking about like, oh, even if you forget the mule, right? What does actually 40 acres for black people look like? Or just recognizing that the trauma and the history that has been affected on black people. Like I think about like literacy, right? You can't tell black people for 200 plus years that you can't read and then give them books and be like, why aren't you reading? Why aren't you reading without addressing that trauma, right? There's things within our system, within ourselves that we need to address.
I want to hear what your reactions are to black voters being synonymous with the Democratic Party.
Well, here's the thing. The reason that black voters are synonymous with the Democratic Party is because we've been on the receiving end of about 50 years of an onslaught of PR. It comes from our entertainers, it comes from our ball players, it comes from our singers, it comes from the Democratic politicians who, most of which are black and empty, but are being used to sell us this idea of the Democratic Party being the home of African Americans. And that is why we vote 90% Democratic. Now, let me tell you something. There is not another demographic in the world that votes 9 out of 10 votes for one party. Why is that still something to be proud of? Why do we say that we are proud to vote 90% for Democrats? They don't have to do shit for us.
白熱した議論を見て、皆さんはどんなことを感じたでしょうか？ぜひコメント欄で感想を教えてください。最後に、2023年8月時点における選挙の動向を補足します。最近行われた投票動向の調査によると、もしトランプとバイデンの2人が選挙を行った場合、トランプに投票すると答えた黒人が全体の約 20% に上りました。冒頭でお伝えした通り、黒人の 20% が民主党を離れると、民主党が勝つのは不可能だと言われています。このデータが正確なものだとしたら、民主党にとっては厳しい戦いになりそうですね。
この動画をご覧いただき、ありがとうございました。高評価、チャンネル登録をよろしくお願いします。